Hey everyone, this is Trevor, and I just want to thank you for coming to my show today and my channel, Pioneer Spirit. Everyone that supports my channel, you are greatly appreciated, and thank you. So, that being said, the topic of the show today: who owns you? Who owns you? Now, I know everyone's laughing, going, well, Trevor, come on. I own myself. I sit here and I go, I can't believe I have to ask this question because I know that I also own myself. Anyone who's watching this who disagrees, I don't even know where to go watch some funny cat videos then. Now, I will accept two premises on this question. Who owns you? Well, of course, we will all say that we own ourselves. Now, some people will say, well, I own myself, but, my eternal soul belongs to my God. Okay, I can deal with that too. But where I think that no one would say that they want to be owned is by other people. No man and woman wants to say, or whatever you claim to be, will say, I want to be owned by another human being. Yet, and I want you to please continue listening to the end because I'm going to give my solutions on this. Yet, we do have the system of government maintained by politicians that is an institution run by people that adhere to a system of involuntary servitude. And we are, in fact, owned by politicians. If we do not do what the politicians say, whether for anything, you will be punished. So, how is that not a form of slavery? Government run by politicians is a form of slavery. So you do not own yourself in that system. My solution to this would be to have, if we're going to live in a system of limited government, if this is what people want, as Bastiat said, legalized plunder, then let's at least take the best social contract that has been drafted in the United States Constitution, and let's have it voluntarily maintained by people, and that is it. There are no 100,000 different kind of opinions, laws put down on books, arbitrary laws, arbitrary opinions. We have a system. There's the social contract. We will live by this, voluntarily maintained by, really, we the people. And allow people to voluntarily go about your life. Now, if you commit a crime that would violate the universal laws, such as murder, rape, theft, assault, and even slavery, these have to be dealt with. And if we're going to have a system of limited government, then, okay, let's have these people maintain the Constitution and deal with it. I suppose, now I come from more of the school of Austrian economics, Milton Friedman, as you can see the book that I do display here, What Has Government Done to Our Money? But some people would say, well, we have to have some kind of form of government. Oh, okay. But at least let it be voluntary. Okay? And not this system of, two wolves and a sheep are voting to see what's for dinner, which is what a democracy, we're not even supposed to be in a democracy. From my understanding, at least in the United States Constitution, the word democracy doesn't come up anywhere in there. The Constitution, it's supposed to be a constitutional republic. Where I think the Constitution, there are some very universal laws that are simply pointed out so that everyone can enjoy them. Whether you are, whatever color skin, whatever physical body you have, whatever you are, everyone is guaranteed the universal laws. Should something be committed against them, like a crime against humanity, everyone will be treated equally under the eyes of the law. But we can't be treated all equally in the same of, like people want to progress in life. You can't keep people down through things like affirmative action, making sure that everyone has the same outcome. No, everyone is different. Our abilities are different. Okay? People can dream up different kind of vehicles and different kind of homes, and they should not be held down by anything. So, again, I ask the question, who owns you? If not you, who? Your God? Okay. But I would say again that we are owned by the system of government that is maintained by politicians who crave the power to control people by creating arbitrary opinions, laws, government laws. And there is no, our constitutions, whatever social contract that we have in whatever nation state you currently live in, under the form of an involuntary servitude system like government, they're virtually null and void. So this is why I'm an advocate for voluntary interactions on all levels, relationships, the trading of goods and services. Well, while we still could maintain some kind of voluntary, the social contract, I'm going to get the United States Constitution. Let's use that one then, and have it voluntarily maintained by people who aren't career politicians looking to make, millions of dollars, which tends to happen with politicians. They go into government and when they leave government, they're multimillionaires. I don't know how that happens when their income is, in the hundreds of thousands, yet they end up with millions, but which is wrong. This is why I advocate for voluntary government. I can't stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. So I want you to ask yourself, and I'm glad if anyone's made it this far listening to me today, and just ask yourself, who owns you? If not you, then who? And I would say that every human is owned right now, still in a system of slavery under the involuntary servitude that we have with government. And it needs to change. It needs to change so that people can live a more free and prosperous life. We can't have people going into the system of government to come out to be millionaires, to run our lives, to tell us how to live. And that is government. Strangers running a stranger's life. Like as children, we listen to our parents and we're under really their control until you are able to pay for your own apartment, your own home, your car, buy your own clothes and food. Yet as adults, so we get into that position, and then we have adults telling other adults how to live, which is government. And it's always a handful of people, a tiny throng, telling the huge, massive number of people how to live. And that's not right. The tiny throng, if we're going to have it, should be just there to voluntarily maintain a social contract and not have the ability to make any other arbitrary opinions. Government laws tell us how to run our lives. But until we do that, I can say to myself, and you can say to yourself, I own myself. But you don't. We're fooling ourselves by saying we own ourselves when we have a system of involuntary servitude with government and politicians. Okay? I hope everybody's doing as well as they can. And I hope that we can stay as free as we can. Okay? Have a good day.